I think that that's the main thing that has really stood out to me a lot too, that it's making us really take time to look in the mirror and say, what are we doing for our community? What are we collectively being good leaders, good representatives, the men being men, the women being women. Like there is a wonderful uprising of accountability that I don't think we've experienced as a race before.
Yeah. I agree.
I agree. Totally. Absolutely.
Speaking of accountability, there has been no accountability for these murders happening over the weekend. Our community wants answers after a young Black man was found hanging from a tree outside of Los Angeles last Monday. Notice a man identified as Robert L. Fuller hanging by a tree from City Hall in Palmdale. The Los Angeles County Sheriff Department described his death as a suicide because he said there's no signs of struggle. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? No footage has been retrieved from the scene, and it's in front of a government building.
Oh, come on.
A suicide in front of the government building. What was that message? What was that meant for? And that's a message, but that wasn't a message that he put upon himself.
That was the most convenient thing for them to come up with. Oh, hung himself, suicide. But it's like during this time, you really think a brother gonna go in front of a government building and be like, ha, I'm just gonna kill him.
This gonna really get them. This gonna get their attention.
Right. This is gonna do it. And then they had said his friends and families that they had seen no behavior patterns of him being depressed or wanting, being at odds with himself, that they think that he would go and hang himself.
Yeah.
I think there's more of a track record of, there being things, these murders being panned off as suicides.
Exactly.
Of these people not having track records. Sandra Bland didn't have a track record. And then all of a sudden it's a suicide. Then in St. Louis, it was so many suicides being found with Black men being hung and
protesters of Ferguson.
Yeah, there's been a rash of
fires, suicide.
And y'all remember that one boy? Remember the young kid that they found his body rolled up in a mat.
Yes.
No, I didn't hear that.
Oh, you didn't hear about that when it was set up?
And they said that he committed suicide, and the man's organs was gone. So we were trying to figure.
I didn't know that part.
Yes, ma'am. His organs were gone. But that's a thing too. Of
course, they sell it on the black market.
I know somebody. So I don't know if they think we stupid. But it's so many.
I don't think that they care, because when they shot the boy in the back in Atlanta there in the Wendy's parking lot, that's against the law to shoot them in the back, because obviously they're running away. But they know at this climate that we're at, that everybody is videoing, everybody is taping, and then people hollering, you got witnesses, you got all of that. They're not caring. That's why we cannot stop. We have to keep going. We have to keep our message out there. We got to keep protesting. We got to keep rallying. I was gonna say something else, but I'm gonna keep that. I was gonna say no.
We have some tweets to read about the Robert Fuller suicide. And also, real quick, Lisa Ray, you said shooting someone in the back is illegal. Yeah, it's illegal for us. It's clearly nothing is illegal for the white police officers, okay? Because it's fair that they get away. They pay for this shit. Okay, so we have a tweet from Christ Ashley. She said, this is being ruled as a suicide, in which I think there's no way at all this is the real cause. Black Lives Matter, no justice, no peace. Robert Fuller was found dead on June 10th after he was found hanging from a tree, signed the petition. So there's a petition about it. And also, Dahlia L. Cerna says, I'm trying to love a Black man so good, he forgets the whole world is against him. And then Dennis Koch 10 says, 2 Black men were found hanging from trees within 2 weeks in the USA. It's Robert Fuller and also Malcolm Harsh. Their deaths were initially labeled suicides. Their families demand it be investigated as homicides. It wasn't only one. So this both happened in Antelope Valley, way up in the Palmdale area. That's in the desert for people who don't know that area of California. And there was some news. I looked it up. There was a bunch of teachers that posted a picture, I think a year ago, 4 teachers, white women.
I remember that.
A noose and thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So there's something called sunning down there, or sun up or sundown, where they say black people are not, like, they will go get black people that are out on the streets after sundown. So I guess there's a really aggressively racist and dangerous climate for black people in that whole Antelope Valley area of California. It's progressive in the cities, but when you go in the desert, that's where they feel comfortable with their bullshit.
That's too bad. That's so sad to hear.
It's sad to know this is going on right amongst us. We know that there is prejudice that exists.
Yes.
But when you now are looking at everybody around you because you don't know who to trust, I feel like Trump just unveiled everything.
Absolutely.
That he made people feel comfortable that they can come out, because now even the Ku Klux Klan is coming up to the rally lines and the protesting lines and saying, hey, y'all saying Black Lives Matter, we saying that our message matters too.
I saw that last week.
In Vegas.
That was the, what was it called, that the right, when they had their war, or not their war, but their appearance, what was the anti-right appearance, or their
alt-right, the alt-right.
Yes, thank you. They did this whole thing. It happened in London, and it turned very violent.
Oh,
yeah, it turned very violent. As a matter of fact, a brother carried one of the alt-right guys out of danger.
Wow.
Oh.
Now take that.
Good one. He a good one.
Here you go.
Say something that's not politically correct. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it on this platform because I just feel like a lot of people are gonna feel me on this one.
Girl.
There are real ones that talk about all this shit. They so quick to shoot another. Go get these motherfuckers. Like, why is George Zimmerman out here having doing autograph signings and club appearances, and I'm not saying to kill this man, but he can get a nice bitch slap. And this is not the views. My views are my views. They're not the views of FOXSOUL or any of these ladies.
Well, they're mine too. They're mine too.
They're your beef. Where's the old-fashioned beat down or duel? Meet you at sunset. Just something.
But you know what?
I believe in an eye for an eye.
People out in
nail for a nail.
Okay.
There's been a lot of people showing out in communities now that need a good. You know what I mean? We're not trying to be violent, but sometimes you see some videos and you just go, and you don't think somebody just go, okay.
But we haven't been though. Like I'm sorry, the eye for an eye thing for me, if the law's not gonna do it, and again, this is my own personal opinion, why aren't these assholes being beat down or even addressed? A lot of times, like they're doing the stuff they were doing in the 50s and 60s, pouring like the 2020
because they hold that badge. That's why.
Wait a minute. Did y'all see the one lady? They got the lady that had the hammers.
She got beat up.
Didn't
I send y'all that?
Thor. She was out there like Thor.
Baby,
if
that was the best video of the week, we should find who she is.
On the show.
Girl, because it was a whole snatch. Like, look at here. I done told y'all I'm tired. I'm sick of y'all.
But what do they think's gonna happen? It's gonna be more of that, and of course we don't want to us versus them because, like, okay, they start, then we retaliate, then they retaliate, and they got 80% of the population, or 70% of the population. We got 13, 14. It's not gonna be. No one wins that. But like, how much do they think people are going to take that have been seeing this shit happen for many, many, many decades? Are we supposed to always be just like praying it away and just grabbing our Bibles and say, "Oh, one day it's gonna be better"? No, and that's why people are getting sick of this shit.
I think that's what you're seeing, the uprising now. I mean, that's it. This is all like enough,
right?
They need to be careful because this new generation is not here for it.
No, at all.
And I'm not saying.
And their friends. They friends be like, "Wait a minute, you can't do my friend like that."
They're not here for it. They weren't have when people were organizing and marching peacefully. You know, they weren't in that era. They didn't grow up in that era. So to them, if you talking shit, you're gonna get your ass whooped. It's very simple, whether you like that, yellow Puerto Rican.
Well, you know what? I think T.I. said it perfectly. He did a post. He said, "Now's the time for us to show us what type of person you would have been back in the slave days." Remember back there we used to go, "Oh, I couldn't have been a slave because I would have, or I would." It's like now's that time to show us what you would have been then.
What you gonna do, people? On that note,
people,
we're gonna take a quick think about what you would do back then and do it right now. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen, we're here right now.